Welcome to Sick Flicks, where we take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to examine some of the goriest and most disturbing films of all time. I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, and today we're looking at Damien Leone's killer clown flick, Terrifier. Released in 2016, Terrifier is sure to terrify anyone who's got coulrophobia. The film's killer, a mute clown named Art, is every bit as terrifying as Pennywise, and is already well on his way to becoming a new horror icon. The character first appeared in Leone's anthology film All Hallows Eve, but Terrifier finds him front and center, slicing and dicing his way through a plethora of hapless victims. Just how many barf bags will Art the Clown's performance earn on the Gore Card? We'll find out later, but for now, let's break down the plot. The film opens with a news report on this old grainy 13-inch television. The reporter's talking about the Miles County massacre, which happened 1 year prior. They've got a survivor on the show, and damn, that girl's face is messed up. She looks kinda like E.T. in that scene where they put the wig on him, if we're being honest. The interview then segues to Art the Clown, the dude responsible for making the woman's face look like something straight out of Mos Eisley Cantina. Art's not really a fan of TV. This is pretty much my reaction anytime someone turns on Fox News. From there, we jump to this credit montage, where Art applies his clown makeup. Maybe schedule an appointment with the dentist, man. Once he's made up, he starts working on a shop class project. I bet he's making some wind chimes with scalpels instead of metal tubes. That's gonna be awesome. With the credits over, we head back to the movie proper, and Barbara Walters here isn't nearly as compassionate off camera as she is on.
Yeah, well, if you think she looks that bad on television, imagine what she looks like sitting 2 feet away from you. I was gonna gag at one point.
Convinced she's not alone, she walks right into a jump. Oh, wait, it's a fake out. There's nothing there. Ah, there's the jump scare. I knew you were hiding around here somewhere. If you were expecting Art the Clown, sorry to disappoint. It's the girl from the interview. That gets a big Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, but maybe it'll make sense later. I was gonna write a pun joke for this eye gouge scene, but they just kept getting cornea and cornea as I went. It's really hard to tell who looks worse here. Man, that's some good gore before we even get to the title card. This one might be something special, kids. From here, we jump to 2 drunk chicks in their obligatory sexy Halloween costumes doing the drunk walk to their car. I can't even imagine how many bone jokes the skeleton girl heard. They're busy debating the merits of drunk driving when a strange-looking clown approaches. Excuse me, I'm looking for the Insane Clown Posse concert. Think I took a wrong turn somewhere. Naturally, the best thing to do in this situation is to antagonize the clown.
My friend wants your number.
If you figured they were about to be Art's first victims, you're wrong. They actually make it to the pizza joint. Oh look, Art decided to meet them there. Maybe he'll even pick up the tab. Fago for everyone. Whoop whoop. Art's a little shy, so he sits at a table by himself, but he's making googly eyes at the ladies, Tara in particular. He even puts on his best smile. What lady could resist that face? I mean, aside from the reporter with the gouged out eyes at the start of the movie. Dawn here's had enough of Art's act, so she decides it's time for some selfies. Love is in the air, so Art grabs a quarter from a nearby table and gets a ring from one of the vending machines. Then he offers it to Tara. I now pronounce you Juggalo and Juggalette. What a romantic gesture. Don't look now, but I think Art's crushing pretty hard. Then he scampers off, but he's left his bag behind.
What do you think is in it?
Probably just copies of Big Money Rustlers and The Great Malenko. The owner, meanwhile, catches him clowning around in the bathroom and kicks him out, but at least he tells Tara goodbye before he goes. Okay, I don't have a fear of clowns at all. I mostly just think they're stupid. But Art here is definitely creepy. Actor David Howard Thornton plays Art, and he's fantastic in the role. The way he moves, the facial expressions, he's genuinely unsettling, and he doesn't have a single line of dialogue. The ladies then walk back to their car, ruminating on what Art might have done in the restroom.
What? I'm telling you, that guy totally whacked off in there.
When they arrive, they discover they've got a flat. Back at the pizza place, we see what Art did. Clearly, the food at this place didn't agree with him at all. Now we know why Art was in such deep shit with the owner when he got kicked out. Oh, look, he even signed his name. Apparently, Tara and Dawn don't have roadside assistance, because Tara calls her sister to come pick them up.
What is it, Tara?
Dawn and I are sort of stranded right now. She has a flat tire and no spare, and I was kind of hoping you could pick us up.
While they're waiting in the car, Tara thinks that maybe the clown flattened their tire.
What if that guy did this to your car?
From here, we jump back to the restaurant, where or the guy who drew the shit end of the stick and got stuck cleaning the bathroom is looking for his boss.
Steve!
I think we all know how this is gonna end. Sweet jack-o'-lantern really helps create that Halloween vibe. Dude flees to the kitchen where Art asks him to lend him a hand with the meal prep. Hey pal, maybe you can provide the sauce. Then he stabs him in the face repeatedly. That's definitely gonna leave a mark. Tara can't hold it anymore, and man, what's with all the bathroom stuff in this movie? And then she asks this random dude if she can use the restroom in his building. This dude's an exterminator about to bug bomb the place. Wow, this place looks rough. This must be Art's home bathroom. While Tara's taking a tinkle, Dawn's out in the car, and here's some breaking news.
2 employees at the Deer Hills Pizzeria were found brutally murdered just moments ago.
You know, most of the time if a place gives you food poisoning, you just leave them a bad Yelp review, not murder the owners and employees. Art may be a bit of an extremist. Then the car door opens, but guess what? That's not Tara. Hey, you want to get down with the clown? Back inside, Tara's exploring the building. She finds a room filled with tires, then she backs right into a jump scare. Budget Shelley Duvall here is the building's resident crazy lady.
Your eyes tell me everything.
Oh yeah? Did they tell you I think you're a psycho? This lunatic is clearly a few baby dolls short of a family. Tara heads back upstairs and, surprise, it's Art. She takes off back downstairs and then trips over nothing. They play some cat and mouse. This movie loves cat and mouse. It's like a gorier version of Splinter Cell with all the sneaking around. And then Art finds her Achilles heel. Or her Achilles calf. Look, I'm not a doctor. She tries to escape, but he's like, wait, I haven't even made you any balloon animals yet. Art's about to gouge her eyes out, but she grabs the dropped scalpel and she does some exploratory surgery in his side. After that, the cat and mouse resumes, and Tara goes all James Earl Cash in Manhunt and distracts him by tossing a piece of metal across the room. Just in case you forgot, Tara's sister is still coming to pick her up while on her study break. She hears about Art's murderous rampage on the radio, but this is mostly just a filler scene to remind you she's still on the way. Back in the building, Tara makes it to a door, but it's locked. So she keeps going up the stairs. Normally I'd point this out as a mistake, but yeah, the door's locked. Up's the only way to go. While up here, she runs into the exterminator again, but he can't hear her because he's got his Final Girl scream-canceling earbuds in. Order yours from Bose today. I'll put a link in the description. Rather than run towards him, she just stands there and yells. At least until Art pops up to give her a hug. Instead of just finishing her off, Art gives her some sort of injection. You look sad. Let me give you 20 cc's of my special happy juice to turn that frown upside down. Tara wakes up tied to a chair with her mouth taped shut. It's like this movie just turned into Hostel. Art's digging through his tools nearby and decides on the hatchet. You will now never convince me that Art isn't the biggest juggalo on the planet. He torments her with it, but decides it's not the right tool for the job, so he goes back and gets his hacksaw. Well, I was gonna kill you, but first I want to show you what I've been working on. It's a topless Dawn, in case you couldn't tell. And then, in one of Terrifier's most infamous scenes, he cuts her in half, lengthwise. Yeah, it's definitely time to split. I think you saw it right through her funny bone. Tara breaks free and waylays Art. Then she does make a classic Final Girl mistake. She stabs him with the knife once and then takes off. Come on, Tara. You gotta finish what you start, young lady. This barely slows Art down because we're back to playing cat and mouse in the garage again in no time. She makes amends for her oversight by going all Hacksaw Jim Duggan on him with a 2x4. Are you bored yet, Art? I would be happy to keep beating you in the head if you aren't. Wait a minute. This feels like a Final Girl showdown, but we're only halfway through the movie. It's way too early for that. Tara's got the upper hand, but surprise, Art's packing. This gun shoots real bullets, not just one of those silly flags that says bang. With Tara down, Art appears to finish her off, but she's somehow still alive and he's out of bullets. Outside, the cavalry arrives when Tara's sister Vicky pulls up. Hope you brought an Uzi. Vicky texts Tara and Dawn, but Art has the phone, so he summons her around to the back. Then he stops to take a selfie with Tara's mutilated corpse. Feeling cute, might delete later. This is gonna blow up on Instagram. Reloaded, he goes back and finishes off Tara. So much for our final girl. Maybe our next contestant, Vicky, will fare better. From here, Creepy Lady and Art share a moment. Then she goes to fetch the exterminator. He's like, yeah, thanks, crazy lady, but I'm not interested.
Lady, if you don't go away right now, I'm gonna call the cops.
He does decide to make a call though, and then it's hammer time. Back downstairs, Crady Lady finds her baby has gone missing and Vicky's still skulking around. It's hard not to feel like Terrifier is losing narrative momentum a bit here. The idea of offing your final girl midway is interesting, but it highlights the fact that Terrifier isn't so much a narrative as it's just a guy in a clown suit killing people for no discernible reason. Anyway, Art's trying to make some extra money by babysitting, because tuition at clown college isn't cheap. Plus, kids do love clowns. He and Crazy Lady share a touching moment, and if you're like, what the hell is this? Welcome to the club.
Have you ever felt a mother's touch?
Then the other exterminator shows up because, yeah, there's like 30 minutes left in this movie, so why not introduce new characters? We gotta keep adding fodder for the body count. Vicky's inside and calls Dawn. She hears the phone ringing nearby and then goes to find them. She gets more than she bargained for when she finds Dawn just hanging around. Clearly, she spilled her guts to Art before she died. After fleeing, she finds Tara, who's still alive, and she finds the Crazy Lady, who's not in good shape. Oh wait, that's not Tara. That's just Art wearing a wig he scalped off that lady like his name was Frank Zito. Oh, and he attached her boobs too. Honest to God, watching Art prance around with his fake hair and fake boobs is maybe the creepiest thing since the end of Sleepaway Camp. Vicky traps herself in the closet, but Art's not fooled, because, really, is anyone who's ever seen a horror film fooled by someone hiding in a closet? Might as well just crawl under a bed. He's distracted by the horn of the exterminator outside, though. That dude's about to leave, but he remembers there's a key under the welcome mat. Inside, he finds some bloody footprints and decides to follow them right into a jump scare. Yeah, use that mop to clean up the puddle of pee you just made, tough guy. Or don't, because there's going to be a puddle of blood there in a minute and you'll be too dead to deal with it. Decapitation. These ISIS videos are getting really weird. Vicky's out of the closet, literally, if not metaphorically, and is trying to get out of the building. Art's taking a few minutes to relax by riding his clown bike around in circles. Man, I don't remember this episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes to clown college being so dark and violent. After more sneaking around, I mean, seriously, this is like the Metal Gear Solid of horror movies. Art catches Vicky and tries to suffocate her with saran wrap. She rips a hole in the plastic and then tells Art to stick around by ramming a giant nail into his clown shoe. Then she makes the same mistake her sister does, fleeing deeper into the basement instead of finishing off Art while she can. Meanwhile, Mike the Exterminator is still alive. Somehow. Vicky finds Tara, whose face looks like it was used for target practice. While she's busy mourning her dead sister, Art's back, and he's brought those scalpel wind chimes he was making at the start of the movie. Listen to that beautiful sound they make as he whips them through the air. So relaxing. He's beating her like she was a piñata that refuses to give up the candy, but then Mike saves the day. Tara's like, guys, he's down. Finish him off. But no. Mike calls the police, but they've got to stay alive until help arrives. Art decides there are too many vermin in the building, so he starts by exterminating Mike. He beats him like this is irreversible, then stomps his head into cherry pie. Tasty. Alright, I think Mike's officially dead this time. Vicky beats on the master lock on the door like it owes her money, but Art's still coming. He grabs her again, but she pokes him in the eye and makes a break for it. Okay, so making a break for it might be overselling it. It's more like she hobbles away. So, having escaped the building, the smart thing to do is immediately squeeze into a locked door with "Keep Out" spray painted on it. I don't know, guys. I'm getting the vibe that these people might be too stupid to live. Art grabs a handful of her hair, then tries to cheer her up with his horn. Who doesn't laugh when a clown busts out the horn? Oh, yeah, me. He vanishes again, but she hears sirens. But Art's gonna drive right through that door and enjoy some experimental jazz prog rock. Then it's time for a snack. Ronald McDonald here is testing out some new Happy Meals. This one's made out of Vicky's face. Might need more salt. Then the cops arrive. They're gonna get killed, aren't they? Yeah, they're totally getting killed.
No, no, no!
Okay, I did not see that coming. Art's dead, but Vicky's still alive. She's like a Timex. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And tastes like chicken. Cut to the morgue, which is apparently just someone's garage pretending to be a morgue. Look at that hallway in background. That's totally a garage. We get lots of exposition here, most of it unnecessary and poorly delivered. Come on, just get to the last jump scare already, movie. The The coroner gives us one more good gore gag, and I appreciate that, and then he opens up Art's bag. Naturally, the lights start going crazy and there's lots of weird stuff going on, but then it goes back to normal. So normal that he turns around right into a jump scare. Art is many things. A clown, a butcher, a juggalo, but one thing he's not is dead. Then we jump ahead a year. Vicky's being released from the hospital. Wait a minute. Is this film's last twist that she's the disfigured woman from the interview at the start? Why, yes. Yes, she is. I'm not a good enough actor to feign surprise at this obvious twist. And cue credits. And that, my fellow gore geeks, is Terrifier. Director Damien Leone wore a lot of hats here, serving as director, writer, editor, and special effects artist on this feature. That's dedication to your vision. Sometimes when you want to make something happen, you just gotta do it yourself. For those of you wanting more of Art the Clown, you'll be happy to know that Terrifier 2 is coming. Leone and David Howard Thornton will continue Art's killing spree, probably sometime in 2020. And while Terrifier doesn't have much of a plot, it does feature a ton of fantastic splatter. Will that be enough to get it the coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's score it on the Gore Card and find out. In terms of gross anatomy, Terrifier delivers. This is a mean and gory little slasher film filled to the brim with blood and guts. The film gives us an eye gouging, one savage face stabbing, a stomped head, 2 decapitations, and that absolutely amazing torso bisection. Art the Clown doesn't mess around, and if you love your slasher flicks filled with splattery practical effects, then Terrifier is for you. Because of that, I'm giving Terrifier 4 barf bags out of 5. You probably won't want to eat while watching this one. Have you seen Terrifier? If so, who's the creepier clown? This guy or Pennywise? Cast your vote in the comments section below. And while you're down there, why not like this video and subscribe to the channel? It's my birthday this week, seriously, and I'm inviting subscribers over for a party at my house. It's gonna be great. I already hired a clown. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. You'll find links to more sick flicks here on the screen. Go forth and binge. It'll be our little secret. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.